probably going to find a way, because it always records in like mono, or sorry, it records in stereo, but it's always on the left side every time I try to do a microphone or try with that microphone. So if it's not on the Yeti, it's very quiet microphone. So there we go. So yeah, this is going to be one of those streams again where I'm just going to kind of play around with the sequencer and show you some lighting. I think we should make his blocking better. I'm going to put him right there. Alright, so then I'm going to kind of fully explain my little process. Just want to make sure. Man, this guy's pissed. I have overdone it, but what's with him? You know what that look reminds me of? Like, when I was in Scotland years ago, I had a customs agent give me that same look he gave me. They really, what are you doing here? What are you doing in Glasgow? Look. It's funny. Yeah. He looked like one of the Andys from Hot Fuzz. I was hoping I would get to see him again, but no. Nope. Nope. Not this time. Anyway, let's see how this works. Pissed off look. Perfect. Okay, so one of the most important things was this was the old lighting setup. And I personally didn't like it too much. I was thinking something is seriously wrong, and I just hated it. I'm very self-critical in my own work. If I'm not happy, I'm going to tear it down and try something new. And I'm just thinking, what's going on here? And there's just so many things that bothered me about it. And I realized, oh, it just looks really flat. It's your typical kind of flat look you see in a lot of iClone productions, but it's just brought over to Unreal. There's no life. It's not cinematic. And I was thinking, like, what can I do? So I was looking through materials, and you know, I was just kind of playing around with the lighting, and I realized the wall texture it doesn't work very well. I want something with color. Then I realized I can actually work with a tungsten light. And what a tungsten light is, a tungsten light's kind of interesting because it gives this yellowish glow. And how to do that, it's pretty simple. What I did was, let's just actually put a basic points light in, and I'll show you what a tungsten light is. So let's just put that in here. I'm just going to delete this afterwards. As we go down to temperature, and it's usually 3200. So that's a tungsten light. It gives like this yellowish, orange color here that kind of brings a little bit of life in. And color temperature is interesting, like in filmmaking. You know, there's a great chart here. You can use like for like filmmaking. I'll have to find it here. So I'm thinking like studio lamps are about 3200. That's like tungsten, and then, oops, sorry. Let's see. Daylight usually is, I believe, 5600, And this is in Kelvin. So it's just kind of play around with this color temperature. So I kind of set everything at 3200 degrees. And it kind of gives off this yellowish color. And not only that, but I also changed the material on the wallpaper to be more yellow, just so it kind of adds everything, kind of adds a nice color palette. And that's something that, just when it comes to set dressing, kind of know what colors work, what kind of color palette. You don't want anything clashing too much, but something like this is much more appealing to the eye. And then I kind of like played around with keys, with rectangular light, key, and fill. So you can tell there's key light kind of focusing on her. In fact, let's actually just back out of this here and I'll show you. So there's key light here. Oops. Let's make this movable. Perfect. So I have a backlight here. So I have a key back and there's like more fill light here, and then there's going to be fill light here for him as well. So it's just kind of a little bit of planning to get this kind of look. But it just looks a lot more cinematic than this, you know. So play around with color and kind of see, like, mess around with color temperature and work with color and see what works, because dang, what looks better? This? Sorry, let's compare the two here. Something like this. I mean, yeah, that's a huge difference. Just look at that. It's completely night and day. So, I mean, if anyone has any questions, so let's just kind of play around here. So I want to add another camera, so let's just do that here and duplicate it, because I'm going to I'm actually going to like swing this around here. Just make sure that the exposure is good. Not sure why. What's going on with this one? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Let's just turn that off. Uh-oh. There we go. I want to see if I can get away with rendering this. And then I'm probably going to go to the reverse shot. So let's go with here. For anti-aliasing, I'm going to do 1 for this one. The reason why is... let's go. Here. It's because of the hair. If you do like anything above at least 3, I noticed the hair kind of jumps when you kind of overwrite the anti-aliasing. So let's just do 1 and see. Very good. And let's flip the camera over. And I'm going to set her shot up. And I might have to adjust the lighting. So let's go with a 90. And let's just pull the camera back. See what it looks like on her end. Okay, so what I might have to do is I'm probably going to adjust. I might go and cheat for a moment. What I could do is do this. I don't think I have to do anything like lighting wise with this character. I don't have to make any changes, which is a good thing. So let's go see. And let's actually make some adjustments. Let's go to our camera and go to the defocus plane. Just kind of make sure she's in focus. And 3, 2, 1. I just like, so this is kind of a shot, reverse shot here. I think this is going to work pretty well. So, yeah, we'll put these two shots together and see what works. But that's just, the yellow works so well, you know. I think it's just it just makes it a lot more cinematic than the old take here. So let's just go with let's just delete that. Before I forget, I want to make sure. Yep, the aspect ratio is right. So it's at 2.391. So let's have her react and let's see. I think just the expressions too will sell. So let's save this, make sure everything good is good. And let's go into Premiere. I just like it. I like how it's set up. But yeah, in fact, let's just there we go. Shot, reverse shot. There we go. So a little shot, reverse shot. Frame within a frame. She stands out a couple stops more than the background, which I think let's put a LUT in and see what works. How it okay. That's good enough by me. So let's put in one more animation. Animations are pretty easy to put in. See how it works, otherwise I might have to refilm it or redo the animation. You don't have to import the mesh, you can just import the skeleton. She says a line, I believe. Let me pull up the screenplay here. The bagel shop on 8th and 24th had quite a line. So that's actually, there's a real location on the 8th and 24th that's a bagel shop, Brooklyn Bagel and Coffee, which is pretty good, eh? It's a really good place when I was out there. So, just a little Easter egg. So the bagel shop she's referring to is Brooklyn Bagel and Coffee. Sorry, something's in my throat. Eighth and 24th. I should put in markers next time. That way I know exactly where I put my characters. Actually raise the camera just a little bit up. I want it to be in his perspective. So let's lower the camera down and see what we can come up with. I think we can get away with, oops. I'm pulling the camera away a little more. Kind of focus pulling a little bit. So let's, oops. And then just go ahead and make the rotation a little smoother. I wonder if I can actually, let's actually change it to like a 40mm and see what we can do here. Doesn't need to be. Like, I just want, like, the impression that she's staring at him. Like she's looking into you like that, like you're kind of in his perspective here. Let's see what it looks like. I do like that lighting though. It just it turned out so well. I'll turn that off. Just the lighting and how the lines are, it just works out pretty well. This is a pretty good shot here. Him, we're going to have to fix some of the dialogue here. Make sure nothing happens with the final render. I'll have to fix some of the light. I'll have to re-render this again, but probably offline. So, anyway, let's, that's a shame. There's something with her hand. We gotta fix that. It's alright. I'm probably just going to bring it back online. Or, sorry, I'll just restart the project and render again. Maybe it'll fix it. But last thing I'm going to do before closing it out, I'm going to quickly do over a scene here. I just didn't like his facial expressions. So I'll put that into a Motion Plus and render that for Unreal. Hey, what's going on? Just kind of getting a scene here. Let's see. Kind of getting like a scene set up here. Don't know. Yeah, it's been pretty good. I'm, oh, that's right. I put it under Salazar.
What was the holdup?
Okay, so here's... So you should be like facing here. Oops. Yeah, things have been fine. Let's go and just do a new animation. No. See what Spunky Moves has to say. Yeah, no. It's too over exaggerated. Is there a disagree? Let's see. No. Says, what was the holdup? We might have something. I think for him, let's just go and turn. And let's see if we can turn his body 90 degrees to the left, or sorry, to the right. What's... What was that? Did we get something? Alright, where is she? Okay. Starters, let's just see. Let's just quit from the, quit that for a second so I can do this animation. She's going to be standing. I just want his animation to turn 100 to turn to face her. Okay. Let's just turn his head. And let's create a script.
What was the holdup?
Align that.
What was the holdup? What was the holdup? What was the holdup?
It's getting there. It's getting there. Let's put it in the iPhone.